What's up guys, it's Gary from Atrophy Frozen Red here, and today I'm going to show you how to play our single Wasteland on guitar. So the tuning for this song, pretty much most of our songs, is drop C. So from the bottom string to the first string it's C, G, C, F, A, D, like this, C, G, another C, F, A, and then a D on top. So alright, so with pretty much all of our songs, this one's in drop C as well. The quickest way you can get to drop C is just use a tuner, and it's C, G, C, F, A, D, bottom to top. Either that or you can just do it yourself. It's basically drop D but the whole guitar's down one step, or just tune down to standard D from standard D and then drop your sixth string another step to C. Either way you'll get drop C. Alright. And of course for all you bass players that might be watching this, it's going to be C, G, C, F on bass because there's only 4 strings. So yeah, let's get right into it then. So the initial riff that's played twice through with the guitar punches, like the cymbal chokes and the overlays with the guitar, just the chord stabs with the cymbal stabs over the riff. That riff's played twice and then it goes another 4 times for the first verse. It's quite a common progression, but it's something that works out quite nicely for the track. But yeah, the basic progression of that riff, the intro and verse riff, is basically no, like that. Not 8/5, sorry, open 8/5. So you know, quite a common progression. You know, yeah, pretty much every metalcore band going. You know, it's either 8/5 or 8/10 or something like that, but yeah. So the riff is, I'll play it a little bit slower. And it repeats. So that's basically the riff, and then for the last 2 times it's played in the first verse, it's harmonised the third up, so it would be no, yeah, so that's a third up from there. But obviously the notes are, there's notes in there, there's bass notes in between all of those notes, so it's basically, this first bit is in C, the bass note is C. As soon as you hammer on from 5 to 7, third finger, looks like I was swearing then, third finger will go, watch this hand, will go like this. So it's like one motion, like that. That bit's in G sharp, and then it goes down to F for the last bit. So, no, it's that similar sort of rhythm. It's like the you know, the Metallica Master of Puppets rhythm with the chugging and the open notes. And pretty much every single metalcore band's riffs nowadays. But yeah, so it's 2 chugs, and in between each note there's a pickup note on the string there as well. The easiest way I find to do this, it makes the riff a lot tighter, and once you've got the wrist movements down and you've comfortable with it and the muscle memories are all there and everything, you can actually play this faster. So instead of, you know, that's good training if you still want to do it all down picking, but I find it a lot easier, and for me, I can play it. I find I'm playing it a lot tighter if I go up on the open notes. Like that, okay? So it's basically open 8-5, like that. And it repeats. So that's the intro and verse. The pre-chorus is a riff that's comprised of a lot of power chords and a rhythm on it. So the pre-chorus rhythm, no sorry, the pre-chorus is with those two chords, and then that repeats, but with those two chords I'm adding the, I think, like, yeah, I'm adding the 9th in, so it would be 8-8, and then instead of 8-8-8 across all 3 strings, it would be 8-8-10 on D. I'm trying to move my fingers so you can see that. And I just move that whole position up to 10, like that, as opposed to, just thought it adds a little bit more colour to the riff. It'd be interesting to change it up a little bit. So I'll play it slowly, pay attention to the strumming. Before you go 8-5, there's a little open between it and 5. So you can't really hear it because of the speed it's played, but it's there. Okay. And that is 7-5-3 power chords, and then open, and the pre-chorus repeats. Instead of at the end, the second time, like I just showed you, it goes those 9th chords. Slide or whatever, and then the chorus rhythm is basically based off that pre-chorus but a little bit different, and the chorus rhythm is this. And it repeats. But the very last time it goes at the end, the very last time it does this at the end. Alright, so it goes 3, down, up and open, like that. That is 2 on the bottom string, 3 on the A string and 5 on the D string, or as I like to call it, the Children of Bodom chord. It's basically a B flat power chord with a D in the bass. Okay? So it's basic, so B flat with a D in the bass. I don't know the proper name for that chord, but I call it the Children of Bodom chord. So yeah, B flat with a D in the bass, and then so down, 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 up, and then with that up pick you can start on the down pick for the verse riff again. Like that, okay? That's probably a little bit slower than it's played. I think the full speed for that riff, the full speed for the song is 200 BPM. So it would be something like obviously play it a little bit cleaner than I am. I don't have a metronome or anything, but yeah. So that's basically the three main chunks of the song learnt already. Oh, I forgot the chorus lead. That's just simple octave chords, and it follows the strumming pattern of the all that malarkey. So it's just simple octave chords. So it's a 5 and 7, 8. So it's 5, 8, 7, and the second time it's 5, 8, 10, and then it repeats as octave chords. So full speed. Notice there, I slide up to 8 from 5, down to 7 from 8, and then down to 5 from 7, so there's a bit of sliding going on. Like that. Oh. It repeats. In the last chorus, the final chorus with the screaming over it, those octaves are harmonised again in a simple third, so it would be 8, 12, 10, and then 8, 12, 13. Like that. Like that, okay. We decided to switch the harmonies to guitar because in the second chorus the melody is harmonised, the vocal melody is harmonised in the second chorus, so we thought for the last chorus we'd switch, since there's no clean vocals on the last chorus, we thought we'd switch the vocal harmonies to guitar harmonies and harmonise the octaves, so we did that. The middle riff, after the second chorus it goes open for 4 bars, slide, and then the riff after that, which sounds like a part-way drive riff, I will admit, but yeah, it was based off a part-way drive riff, but it comes in like this after the second chorus. It goes open, both guitars go open for 4 bars. You know, there's just like a little musical break, or there's a big drum fill. So, and then the riff is. And then, and I think the second time through or something, like the third time through the middle section, those little diddly things, they're harmonised in a third. And again, in the outro of the song, which is this, but this riff, basically the middle 8 section, but halved. So, halved. Not as whatever, but yeah, it goes 2 times less. Yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. So the riff is. Alright, so that is 2 opens, 3, 5, 7, open, 5, 7, 8, 8, 10, 12, open again, 7, 8, so alright, so the first bit, full speed, and then those little diddlies. So on the D string it's like you hit open and then you do like a hammer on. It's all hammer-ons, quick hammer-ons. So you just pick the open string like that. So the first two on the D string are 10-12, 5-7, and then you go on the A string 7-8 and then 3-5. Okay, so but they just pick the string and then do the hammer-ons. I mean, it doesn't sound too sexy that speed, but you speed it up, sounds a lot better. So the riff, somewhere close to full speed for the middle section of Wasteland, is this. Like that, alright? So that's the riff full speed. And then at the end of the middle section, the last two times that riff goes through, the D and A string hammer-on things, they're harmonised in a third. And the harmonies for that is, let me remember, yeah, it's 14-15 on D, and then 10-12 on D, and then it's 10-12 on A, and then 7-8 on A. So that's the harmonies for the notes. So that harmony I've just showed you will be over there. So the harmony, that's that. So that's the second two times, the last two times that the riff is played in the middle eight, that will be heard. And then that's it. That's the whole song, that's all your riffs, I think. Yeah, that's all your riffs. And so yeah, enjoy it. Listen to the song, get to know the song. You know all the riffs now. So then you can practice the song, piece all the riffs together that I've showed you in the order that they go with the song. Play along to the track, right? But that verse riff and that middle section riff. That's a good picking wrist workout. That's how I got better at it. I just sat and practiced that all day, every day. So like that, okay? So up on the open notes. And for the down picking, there's palm muted down picking. So but for the middle section riff, I find it a bit easier and it's a bit tighter if you do it all downs. So that's a good wrist workout. Like that, instead of, I find it's a bit fiddly for me. Don't know about all you other guitar players, but it's a bit fiddly for me with alternate picking. Can be easier, but for me I just find it easier to go all downs with that. Like that, okay? So just practice those picking techniques, get it all clean, get it all up to speed, practice transitioning between the riffs, but yeah, that's all your riffs. And at the end of the track, it does these little diddly things, that's all I'm going to call them. It does the hammer-on stuff on the D and A strings, does that once at the end of the last part of the song, which is the middle section, but twice as short, or half the length of the middle section. Basically it goes through twice, I think, twice instead of 4 times. And then you play that once, they're all harmonised, and then it goes 2 more times. So those hammer-ons on the D and A strings are harmonised for 3 times through at the end of the track. And then you simply hit, both guitars hit open until it drones out and goes quietly. That's how it was recorded. So basically at the end of the track, harmonised, is, my part would be 2 more times and then both guitars, and that drones out and fades out. So yeah, that's all your riffs. Thanks for watching, enjoy it.